Hi, I thought I'd make a quick video because a lot of you are wondering what went on today in Leeds. So, Standing for Women was organised in response to the government consultation about the proposed changes to the Gender Recognition Act. When was that? Was it 2000? I don't know. I'm very I've got ME, and I find it difficult to find my words when I'm tired. So I'm tired now. So it's a political organisation. The aims are published. They're on the website, and it exists to promote women's rights. So Kellie-Jay agreed to host one of her Standing for Women events in Leeds. So as members of Leeds Resistors, we liaise with her, and Saturday, I checked, has anybody spoken to the police about this? I don't think anybody had, so I was nominated to talk to the police about it. And so I phoned them up as a courtesy to say, this is what we're planning on doing. We're in line with the guidance. This is what we're doing. And I spent about 2 hours on the phone to the police yesterday. Earliest phone call being 10 a.m, latest phone call being 10 p.m. The upshot was they said, we don't believe you fit the category of a political organisation. Now, under the COVID guidelines, groups of greater than 6 are banned unless there are these specific exemptions. One of them is you're a political organisation. So that's the one that we were. But we risk assessed the whole event, planned for up to 30 women to be perfectly safe. More than 30, we had mitigation factors in place, but we had like a whole setup with bubbles and face masks and all the rest of it, which in the effect we couldn't put into operation because the police immediately dispersed us, which is actually now means that I haven't got contact details of all those women. So if something does happen, and I can't help the contact tracers. Anyway, so they said you're not a political organisation, so you can't group in more than groups of 6. And then if you meet, we will ask you to disperse. If you do not agree to disperse immediately, we will issue fixed penalty notices. If you refuse to give details for the fixed penalty notices, we will arrest you. If we arrest you, further consequences will follow, and the organiser of the event will be subject to a sorry, just like a cute kitten, and the organiser of the event will be subject to a £10,000 fine. So we said, where's that legal advice coming from? Because our understanding is that we do fit this category, and we do have the right to gather, because political speech is so important. So we turned up at 12:30, and they did indeed immediately arrive and start to disperse us. And they asked us to, and I'll be posting all the video that we've got. We've all got loads of video, but we want to edit out like our addresses and things like that. So we don't want to share the unedited footage with you straight away. So they arrested one woman. They challenged her, and she kind of turned away and started to walk away. So they arrested her, put her in handcuffs. She showed me her hands afterwards. She still had the indentations on her wrists from these very tight handcuffs. Kellie-Jay refused to give them her details. I did for a bit, but then I gave in because it seemed a bit pointless. The thing that I objected to was the fact that this particular officer, I had actually been in conversation with him for about an hour this morning, so he knew exactly who I was. It seemed a bit, I was just being awkward because he was asking me to confirm my name and address and phone number, and like he had all that information from me this morning. So what, you know, it just seems really silly. Anyway, so, and they got those details. They got the names and addresses and details of various women. And I expect we'll all get a fixed penalty notice in the post. £100 a pop. I don't know the full story of Posie's arrest because I wasn't party to what went on after she was led away by the police. So after the group had pretty much dispersed, I was on my way home and they'd all set up in a different place in town. So I was just standing there enjoying some of the speeches, and the same police officers came up and told me to move along, that I'd been asked to disperse from the whole of the city centre. So it wasn't sufficient that I dispersed from the place where they'd told me to disperse from. They said I had to disperse from the whole entire city centre. And then I was able to witness a woman be arrested because she wouldn't stop speaking. And they had her on the floor, and there were like 3, possibly 4 police officers involved in arresting her. Then 2 officers led her off into the van. I believe she was taken down to the police station as well. So I witnessed 3 arrests. Don't know if there were any more. And then I came home on the bus. So yeah, so that's the story. And I will post more videos when I've had an arrest. But you can ask me questions about it on Twitter if you like. I'm at ClaireOT, and I'm part of the kind of Leeds groups of feminists that, you know, we do all kinds of different stuff. Yeah, but you can ask me about the day on Twitter if you have any further questions. Kellie-Jay is such a hero. I mean, we wanted her to come to Leeds because, you know, there are so many things specific to Leeds that women really need to talk about. You know, our prime focus at the moment is the managed approach, and we just wanted to talk about the fact that we have this area of the city which is the most deprived ward of the entire city, where, you know it all, we've all said it so many times, but women are in desperation there, and you know, those women need serious long-term support, and they need funding, and they need housing, and they need mental health care, and they need a lot of things, and what they don't need is punters. You know, we wanted to talk about the huge increase in domestic violence. We had a woman giving a great speech from the autistic women group. Loads of really, really great stuff that women wanted to talk about. And